This is Matthew chapter 24, verse 12. And because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. But he that shall endure to the end, the same shall be saved. This gospel, which meaning the good news of the kingdom, shall be preached, right, or prophesied into all the world, right, because that's where the Israelites are scattered in all the world, right, all four corners of the earth, for a witness unto all nations, and then shall the end come. So with all that, I want to give all praises and all honor and all glory unto Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Ruach HaKodesh. Double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well and do well. The elder apostles, bishops in Connecticut, the bishops, the preachers, the teachers, the evangelists, and the four winds, preaching in truth and sincerity, risking your lives more now than ever, the hopeful elect, Shalom, to the Israelite foreigners, who phenotype may look like another nation, but bloodline goes back to Israel through your father, and have come back to the fold. Shalom to you sisters, you Akhwathium, who listen and learn under your husband, which is your spiritual leader, with meekness and with silence. This your brother Ram Yahawada with the lesson. Yeah, so this is a U.S. Attorney's Office, District of South Dakota. It says press release. Wakpala woman, right, which I believe that's dealing with a Gadite, right, from one of the tribes of Gad. A Wakpala woman sentenced to 13 years in federal prison for killing her mother within the Standing Rock Reservation. She's a Gadite. Yeah, okay, that makes sense. Okay. Yes, Standing Rock Reservation, right? Yeah, so she's a Gadite. Thursday, June 26, 2025, right? U.S. Attorney Officer, District of South Dakota, Aberdeen, U.S. District Attorney Alston J. Ramsdell, right, announced today that the U.S. District Judge Charles B. Kornsman has sentenced a Wakpala, South Dakota woman convicted of voluntary manslaughter. The sentencing took place on June 23rd, 2025. This is a Melana Rose, fast horse, age 25, was sentenced to 13 years in federal prison, followed by 3 years of supervised release, and ordered to pay $100 special assessment to the Federal Crimes Victims Fund. Fast Horse was indicted by federal grand jury in January 2025, She pleaded guilty on March 6, 2025. Fast Horse quarreled with her mother in the Wakpala, South Dakota home within the Standing Rock Sioux Indian Reservation on Christmas Eve 2024. So yeah, I mean, you Israelites have no business celebrating Christmas. Make sure I'm saying that right.
Standing Rock Sioux.
Okay, yes, I said it right. Sioux. Just to say it right. Standing Rock Sioux Indian Reservation, right? Christmas Eve. Yeah, and that's that Christmas demon. Fast Horse lost her temper and stabbed her mother several times in the chest, arms, hand. Fast Horse ambled, right? I guess that to her grandmother's house. I guess that means escape or ran to, ambled to her grandmother's home next door and told her grandmother and brother she had stabbed her mother. She then grabbed some cigarettes and left. Fast Horse brother ran next door, found his mother lying in a pool of blood on the floor, alive, but incoherent. Right? Although EMS was promptly dispatched, Fast Horse mother later succumbed to her injuries. Yeah, so this is Daily Mail. Said brutal new twist. Yeah, well, exclusive brutal new twist for the teen accused of murdering the dad of 3 Universal Store boss at a house party in his ritzy mansion. See, and you being rich is not a a get out of prophecy card, right? Hey, these are the days. That's prophecy. The love of many shall wax cold, right? So this is August 24th, 2025, which was the update on that. It says the 15-year-old private school boy accused. Okay, so now he's just a boy. Any other time they're speaking of you're a man and this and that. Matter of fact, they're talking about passing the law for Jake, saying that you're at 14, you're a man, right? But see, it's an Edomite, so now he's just a boy, and then he's a schoolboy at that, right? Right, accused of murder, and saying he's murdered somebody. Yeah, the murdering of Universal Store co-founder George Joseph's son is having to rely on legal aid for his defense, despite a privileged upbringing. right? See, hey man, no one escapes, right? We don't care about your privilege upbringing, your money, your ritzy mansions, and all this money, and you had all these companies. Hey, the love of many is waxing cold. These are the signs of the times, right? Yeah, Daily Mail News says a wife, 55 years old, fatally shot husband after argument over changing their open marriage agreement. All right, yeah, no, you can't change it now because your thing ain't going well. See, because you can see how she looks. She's 55. Her basically her well is running dry. The beauty is starting to fade away. See, it was good when you thought, oh, okay, I'm getting these different guys and I'm doing my thing, but you realize that the beauty is fading, and men don't chase women like they used to anymore. You know, this dude looks like a fairly young dude, and if he's not young, he's look like he's take care of himself, or he did take care of himself, right? So he's probably still pulling chicks, right? So now she wants to change it, right? In the midst of it, why he he doing it big, right? She don't want that. Miss This is a Georgia woman will spend the rest of her life behind bars after after she drunkenly shot her husband, shot and killed her husband's lucky amid a dispute over their open marriage. Yeah, she's running dry. So she was like, "What? Hey, you can't do it no more. You no. I see you with them nice young girls, and you smiling, and and I'm miserable. Yeah, now we can't have this open marriage no more, right?" But this is Babylon, right? Because what is showing you? Look, there ain't no such thing as an open marriage, man. A man is to have multiple wives. You sit back and you shut the hell up, right? But see, in Babylon, these are the type of things that can go on, man. Right? But you see, hey, the love of many, what, waxing cold, right? Right? Yeah, got another one from Daily Mail News. Says a teenage girl who was reported missing 2 years ago is dramatically arrested for murder. Wow. Hey, man. Hey, the love of many is definitely waxing cold. It says a Florida teenager. They must have updated this from 2020 August 2020, 2025. It's an update on that. It says Florida teenager who was reported missing more than 2 years ago has been arrested and charged with murder in connections with a deadly shooting in Dolham, North Carolina. If I said that right, probably not. Right? Yeah, it says Gracie Elizabeth Phalanda, 18, was taken into custody on Monday and charged with the May 30th shooting death of a 20-year-old Christopher Piedrosenta Perez, according to arrest warrant filed in Durham County. Landa was reported missing from her home in Tampa in June 2023 at the age of 16. A year later, the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children said authorities believe she had traveled to Durham, right? Durham County. Durham County, right? However, no public update on her whereabouts had been issued until her arrest this week, according to Durham police and court records. Sanda Perez and two women were sitting in a Honda Accord near Whippoorwill Park around 12:30 a.m. on May 30th when 2 to 3 suspects emerged from the woods and opened fire. Sanda Perez was killed by a gunshot wound to the head. That'll do it, right? And the two women sustained injuries. Investigators recovered at least 40 shell casings from the scene, a mix of 9mm and .223 rifle rounds, according to an autopsy report from the office of the chief medical examiner, right? So definitely what the time is we're at. The love of many is waxing cold. Yeah, so this is Maricopa County. Yeah, this is where I live right here in Maricopa County, right? And then where this happened at is not too far from where I used to live at, where I went to high school at. So I used to live in this neighborhood. So it says Maricopa County Attorney's Office. It says posted on May 2nd, 2025. So this, I believe, it's like an update because they keep going through these different things, for trial or whatever. It says mother who killed her children with meat cleaver gets life, right? Phoenix Maricopa County Attorney Rachel Mitchell announced today that Yaona 1980 was given 2 consecutive life sentence for murdering her 7-year-old son and 9-year-old daughter in 2021. So yeah, this must have been going on for a while. And it says, hours before the children were killed, Iona's ex-husband called Tempe police to report a domestic dispute. The two had recently divorced and were arguing about money ahead of Iona's move to Japan. He left the apartment, and after his ex-wife, the defendant, right, became aggressive and used a meat cleaver to destroy his computer and other electronics. At the time, officers responded to the apartment near Mill Avenue. Right, yeah, I used to live right there. Used to be over there all the time. Mill, because it's basically Mill Avenue. Mill and Southern Avenue. They saw both children alive and sleeping. So I had a little dispute. The guy ain't here. He gone. And normally that's what they do. They tell you either split up, or if they're both there, somebody got to go to jail because somebody called. But he wasn't there. So he went to the apartment. They went to the apartment. They went in, looked, seen everything was good. Just the kids. Okay, well the guy's there. Nobody's being abused or hurt, anything. So the cops left. Right? They checked it out. You know what I'm saying? Just a little dispute. People get in disputes. I mean, it happens. Right? At some point after officers left, Iona went into the children's bedroom and held each child down on the floor while she delivered dozens of blows with the meat cleaver. Oh, God damn. Right? Iona put her bloody clothes into the garbage bag, particularly cleaning the knife, took a shower, or partially cleansed the knife, and took a shower and packed a backpack with her clothes, passport, cash, jewels. She threw trash boxes, a mattress. She trashed, boxes, a mattress, and other items. Over her son's and daughter's body. Wow, just to cover it up. Before locking the front door and leaving the apartment. Right? Hey, bro. Hey, if this ain't the love of many waxing cold, wow. And this is that time, right? Right. Matter of fact, the Lord said there's going to be what? Division, right? Right. So it's Luke chapter 12, verse 51. Suppose ye that I am come to give peace on earth, right? Second coming of Yahushua. And these are the things, the warnings, the signs, the tokens that he said he would give as a sign, to his coming. I tell you nay, which means no, but rather division. See, when the love of many is waxing cold, it brings nothing but what? Division. For from henceforth there shall be 5 in one house divided against 3. There should be 5 in one house divided against 3, and against, right, 5 in one house, divided against 3 against 2, 3 against 2, and 2 against 3. Salakia. The father shall be divided against his son, right? And the son against his father, and the mother against the daughter, right? The daughter, right? We had that, and the daughter against the mother. See, we had that in one of the stories. The daughter was against the mother. She stabbed her mother a bunch of times, right? And right, and against, yeah, and the daughter against the mother-in-law against the daughter-in-law. See, that's the type. That's the time that we're living in, man. The mother-in-law against the daughter-in-law, and the daughter-in-law against the mother-in-law. See, those are the things that's actually happening upon the earth, right? So these are the signs, the tokens of the coming of our Lord, right? So with all that, I'm going to give all praises, all honor, and all glory unto Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rakha HaKodash. Double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well and do well. To the elder apostles, bishops in Connecticut, the bishops, the preachers, the teachers, the evangelists, and the four winds, preaching in truth and sincerity, risking your lives more now than ever, the hopeful elect, Shalom. To the Israelite foreigners who phenotype may look like another nation, but bloodline goes back to Israel through your father and have come back to the fold. Shalom to you sisters, your Achwathim, who listen and learn under your husband, which is your spiritual leader, with meekness and with silence, and above all, Kwam Yasharallah.